This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. Topping the news tonight, a major player in Grand Bahama's tourism sector is expressing optimism in the future of the island as it undertakes a massive expansion project.
The future for Grand Bahama is on the way up, and I cannot afford to wait until it reaches here before I prepare.
Owner of H. Forbes Charter Services, Hadley Forbes, says he's positioning his company for the projected economic turnaround. Forbes recently purchased 10 brand new vehicles, bringing his total fleet to about 28.
We have to work for them already because we're expanding in 2 more businesses in order to keep the economy of Grand Bahama going. These are Sri Lemo, 16-passenger limo, executive class limo, customized limo. And then we have 7 coach, Van Hook coach, which is 58 passengers each.
Forbes says this expansion will provide additional jobs. He says there is a great demand for his service, and he credits his aggressive marketing campaign for the success of his business.
I have 65 travel agents that I work with in the United States who sell Forbes Charter at a commission, a very healthy commission. And they never let the vehicles go empty. They come with my tickets already to go.
The veteran businessman says Memories Resort, which opened earlier this year, is also having a significant impact on his business.
Memories just put the icing on the cake. They want executive class limo, they want executive class buses, and we have it here so they will use us when they needed us.
Forbes is optimistic about the future of Grand Bahama.
I went to Panama early last year. I went to Brazil earlier. And we have Latin American clientele. We have Panamanians coming in. And everybody is pre-booked. They come on Copa, True Bahamas, they are the Grand Bahama. And future for Grand Bahama is on the way up, and the future for Forbes Charter is bright.
Well, more airlift earmarked for Grand Bahama as Vacation Express Bahamas Air Summer Flight program adds 2 cities to the lineup. The air program currently offers nonstop service to 8 U.S. cities, and beginning next Monday, August 11th, air service will begin from Memphis, Tennessee, and on September 5th, nonstop service will be launched from Nashville, Tennessee. The introduction of the new flights is expected to increase the average length of stay for visitors to the destination. This air program is fueled by the efforts of the Ministry of Tourism and the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board. Grand Bahama hosting a religious tourism conference. The event was designed to empower women to shift to a higher level of purpose. Scores of women from Grand Bahama, New Providence, and the United States attended the sessions at the Grand Lucayan Resort. Senator Tanisha Tynes telling delegates about the significance of religious tourism to the destination while welcoming the group on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism.
Time when many are still being labeled and defined by their gender and socialization, I believe it is important for women to come together in settings such as this in order to be equipped with a renewed sense of purpose, conviction, vision, passion, as well as the skills that are necessary to be effective mothers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Therefore, it is my prayer that your time spent here affords you the opportunity to relax, reflect, fellowship, and be motivated in an environment that is filled with tranquility and serenity.
The Ministry of Tourism's Religious Tourism Unit, partnering with the organizers of the Call to Greatness International Women's Summit to bring the event to Grand Bahama. Coordinator Angela Pipersberg says she brought a special message for the participants.
So he said, tell them how much I love them. And then he said, tell them that I have not forgotten them. See, because many times we think as we go through circumstances and situations that this is it. God, I don't think I could go any further. And God, what happens to me? I've been giving, I've been doing, I've been serving, and I've been waiting. And God has sent me here to remind you that He has not forgotten you.
The government continuing its investment in health care throughout the country. Here on Grand Bahama, the Minister for Grand Bahama says careful attention is being given to planning for the future. Natalie Martinborough reports.
The Public Hospitals Authority, along with the Ministry of Grand Bahama, are exploring ways to improve primary and tertiary health care. Renovations are set to begin soon at the Hawksbill Clinic, but the long-term plan is to construct a new facility in the Sergeant Major Road area that will accommodate the residents of the Southern District.
You hear me talk about the construction of a new state-of-the-art hospital. Well, this new primary health care facility will be located at that particular site, and that is all a part to shift the load that is presently at the accident emergency to the primary health care facility, so the proper triage and systems could be put in place to alleviate the burden of accident and emergency going forward.
When it comes to the construction of a new hospital, Dr. Davil says the government will move ahead with that plan.
Government presently have in its possession about 50 acres of land just behind the existing Lucayan Medical Center. That was in place for many years now, and we're looking at that 50-acre site. It appears that that will be the location, but no finalized word is on that yet. We're still looking for one or two other alternative locations, but that parcel of land is already in the hands of the PHA.
The property was donated by the Grand Bahama Port Authority more than 10 years ago, and Dr. Davil says it is a good location.
It's central, it's on high ground. You must always remember that Grand Bahama is in a hurricane zone, and so it's important for us to make sure that any healthcare facility is accessible and away from the coastal area, which means flooding and possible damage in the event of a major hurricane hitting the island of Grand Bahama. So we're satisfied with the location. And one of the greatest things about the location is there's a substation, electrical substation, in close proximity, which is very important for the engineers, architects, and planners to ensure that the electrical supply is adequate to run a facility of that size.
As the government plans to introduce national health insurance in 2006.
A passenger in a gray 2007 Jetta Volkswagen seeking medical attention tonight following an accident in the vicinity of Seahorse Road. The driver of the car was reportedly traveling north along Seahorse Road when he lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a tree not far from the Solomon store in Lucaya. The male passenger in the car sustained injuries and was taken to hospital by ambulance, where he is said to be in stable but serious condition. The driver sustained only minor injuries and the vehicle was extensively damaged. Reports say it was raining at the time of the accident, and police are advising motorists to exercise caution on the streets, particularly during adverse weather conditions. Police are continuing investigations into that traffic mishap. A 25-year-old man of Treasure Key, Abaco is listed in serious condition in hospital after sustaining injuries in a stabbing incident yesterday. Police tell us that the victim was at a beach in Abaco when he was attacked by a group of men and then stabbed in the upper body by one of the men whom he knows. He was airlifted to New Providence for further medical attention. A 21-year-old man of Cooperstown was taken into custody and is expected to be arraigned before the magistrate's court later this week. Stay with us. There's more news after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. August 1st is the date that Bahamian fishermen look forward to every year. That's when the crawfish season opens. It is a lucrative business, and while it holds great promise for the fishermen, those mandated to ensure that the fisheries laws are adhered to say all violators will be prosecuted. Natalie Martinborough has more.
It's the first week of the crawfish season. Fishermen who waited for the past 6 months for the season to begin were anxious to hit the high seas in search of the prized catch. West End is a popular launching site for local fishermen. Scores of boaters heading out every day, and for those who did, they were not disappointed.
So far it's been very, very good. And the numbers have been good. The numbers have been good compared to last season. Yesterday the average boat had about 150 pounds and up plus. There was about 37 to 43 boats out yesterday.
Assistant Fisheries Superintendent Clement Campbell says there are other reasons to be optimistic about the season so far. He says it has been incident-free with minimal infractions.
You must have a compressor permit. That's number one. Because we don't want persons out there diving without a compressor permit and don't know how to dive. Because you got lots of persons that are diving and don't know how to use a compressor. We had like 1 or 2 incidents last year where persons lost their life from oxygen and up in the East Grand Bahama. But I think the persons that we're seeing now coming in for inspection, most of them have their dive card with them, and they're complying pretty good. I must give them credit.
Fishermen are cautioned against capturing egg-bearing crawfish, and all crawfish caught must be 5.5 inches in tail length and 3 1/4 inches in jacket length. But while the focus is on the crawfish season, Campbell says they will be no less vigilant policing other seafood. He says the crackdown on juvenile conch will continue.
The juvenile conch, there's a problem in West Grand Bahama and a problem in East Grand Bahama with that. But we're going to fix that. We're going to get that fixed eventually. Trust me. It's just a matter of time. The crawfish, they're doing pretty okay. You know, there's still some bending of the rules there, but they're doing okay. It looks good.
Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
The Bahamas represented at Sister Cities International's 58th Annual Conference in California. President and CEO of Immerse Bahamas, Ginger Moxie, and a team were invited to represent the Bahamas. Over 500 elected and municipal officials, youth and young professionals, diplomats and business leaders from around the world attended the 3-day conference, which took place July 31st through August 2nd. Promoting the benefits of reciprocal sister city relationships, group travel, and investment opportunities in the Bahamas to sister cities members was the purpose of the promotional exercise. Moxie said Immerse Bahamas has taken a very targeted approach to promoting the Bahamas for tourism, cultural, educational, and business exchanges. She said Immerse Bahamas provided attendees with a glimpse of authentic handmade Bahamian crafts, promotional items, specifically highlighting each of the inhabited islands of the Bahamas, and a special viewing of video presentation about the Bahamas. Immerse representatives also used the opportunity to identify potential sister city relationships. In other news, officials in the healthcare sector are placing greater emphasis on the development of the nursing profession. We have a report. Nurses are considered a vital resource and a vital force for health. The local and national nurses associations are working on leadership building capacity as the profession continues to attract new talent to the industry.
We as Bahamas and Bahamians are one of the few countries in the world that continue to offer nurses education for their entry into the profession. That way you secure your nursing workforce by ensuring that the education is free and you have a skilled workforce to work with. So that is one of the great things. And then we're looking at pay scales for nursing. Nursing pay scales are improving. And so that again is another initiative.
President of the Bahamas Nurses Association, Katika Graham, says nursing is still among the most respected professions as it keeps pace with the changing times.
The diversity in nursing is so amazing. We have so much specialties in nursing and most people are not aware of it. And some of the specialties that we have in nursing are, we have mental health nursing, emergency room, operating theater, critical care.
Graham says the industry is moving forward, and she outlines new areas that nurses are now venturing into.
We have now diabetic nursing. We have to now look at chronic diseases. Our refocus have to be back on primary health care and community nursing, on health promotion, and so those are the additional new areas that are coming to nursing. We have now ophthalmology nursing, auditory nursing, all of these areas. We are now presently doing medical and surgical nursing. So the continued need for nursing to keep pace with the changing health issues are important, and nursing is doing it tremendously.
Don't go away. Sports is up next with Ricardo Lightbourne.
Everybody, it's time for sports. I'm Ricardo Lightbourne. Alice Cooper, they call it DC, is down there in Nassau celebrating, and so is Fred Cooper Sr. He says that I can celebrate with him tonight. Congratulations. Though the Grandma Power Sports Festival, folks, is only days away. The Balearia Bahamas Express will bring all those folks here to Grand Bahama, and we're ready. The Caribbean Little League Baseball Tournament was a big sports boost for Grand Bahama, and the activities continues next month with the Grand Bahama Power Sports Festival. The announcement made in the boardroom of Grand Bahama Power Company. Mario Cigarello is the coordinator.
The event is going to be August 8th through the 10th, but we have people that are going to start arriving on the island on the 4th, and some aren't going to be leaving till the 13th. We are estimating to bring over 900 participants and spectators from the Florida area for the sports of youth baseball ages 7 to 15 and adult flag football for men's and co-ed different divisions across there.
The Minister of Tourism said yes to the sports festival with some 900 visitors coming to Grand Bahama. Rosalind Pinder says, let's play ball.
The Ministry of Tourism is certainly pleased to be a part of this annual event. We have assisted Moon McPhee and I from the Grand Bahama Sports Complex with troubleshooting, ground logistics, just to make this event happen again. On August 7th, the Ministry of Tourism will host the participants in the form of summer junkanoo. So they will have junkanoo rush out and Bahamian music.
The Grand Bahama Power Company is a major sponsor of the sports festival. Mia Wolscombe says you don't want to miss it.
So when we were approached to partner on this venture, it seemed like a natural fit. Not only would the sports festival highlight the talented athletes we have on this island, but it will prove to be a significant economic booster for businesses and residents alike. It is important for corporate citizens to partner with the sports sector if we are truly serious about promoting this island as a sports tourism destination. We encourage everyone to come out to support this initiative. The GBPC Employee Volunteer Group will be out with prizes and surprises and our exclusive hot commodity giveaways, so you do not want to miss out on this.
Yep, we're going to go get the water bottles. Well, the Grand Bahama Flag Football League champions were crowned, folks. The men's champion, Freeport Alliance, completed the regular season undefeated and went through the playoffs undefeated. Freeport also won the 5th Grand Bahama Flag Football Tournament yesterday, and reason to celebrate. Here's how they celebrate when they win championships.
I'm a snake. They try to pop. The contest of title. All right. If they die, they die. He wasn't coming to play ball. Shut up! Just when they thought we had someone to beat us. Shut up! Just when they thought the ref didn't thought we was going to win. Shut up! Just when they thought we was going to lose again. Shut up! I say, don't guys! Don't guys! Don't guys! What we ready for? What we come here for? What we ready for? What we all about? What we come here for? What we come here for?
Real champions, folks. They're the best in the country right now. That was during the opening of the Urban World Basketball Jamboree. Well, Apico Softball Association weekend play for the Credo Bulldogs had a great one going. They clubbed the DNR Sluggers 18-1. Grant Albury and Dwayne Rackley both posting a 2-for-3 game at the plate, and both went yard. Tyler Josie Wells Russell threw a one-hitter, struck out 9 batters. The loss went to Jason Scott. Super Solution Sharks, they shut out the Hopetown Wreckers 9-5. Watto McIntosh with a 3-for-4 game and 5 RBIs. And Josh Roll struck out 8 batters in that game, and the loss went to Andrew Russell. That bat over there. Now, the Grand Bahama Softball Association fast pitch class from the weekend, it put the first class Jets and the Candace Wolverines up to cross the line. Let's take it to the Plex. The Candace Wolverines took on the first-class Jets in the ladies' play, with the Wolverines getting to Gwen Pinder early in the ball game. The defense not responding to the challenge on the field of play. The Wolverines took what the defense gave. The fly ball to left field for the out. The defense is sleeping on the play. Tack on another run for Candace. The Jets' defense came into question. Watch the fielder's choice. The out is called at first base, but the first baseman went to sleep on the play. The first-class Jets on offense, needing a buggy load of runs and down by 16. The blue base sit down the line and the rally is on. The next batter, shot to second. This one ate up the second baseman. The runners are moving on to play, and the Jets now have the momentum. Candace Wolverines also with their share of miscues and errors. Larika Russell throws this one away, and just like that, 2 runs will score on the play. First class is hanging in. Gwen Simonet, she is the batter. Helping her cause, that's a base hit. Tack on the RBI for Pinder. It's a 20-8 ball game. Larika Russell and the Wolverines not concerned at all, folks. They get the strikeout, and that's your ball game. 20-8 a final. Russell gets the win, and the loss goes to Simonet Pinder. Now, the Grand Bahama Nassau Showdown also taking place at the Diamond of the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. And basically, Joan Davis Rowe went to find out why these guys were on the island playing softball.
I called it before he bought. Send him up. Nassau law enforcement officers on a mission to Grand Bahama to not only tax local customs officers, but to arrest their chances of winning their first matchup during the law enforcement slow pitch tournament played at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Promoting the tournament is Nassau's Director of Bahamas Island Sports, Peter Ferguson. He says the goal of the tournament is to stir up a level of competition among all uniform branches.
I like to see this to grow into a very big event. It's supposed to be an international event, and hopefully we can get all the top ranking officers and the commissioner, the commodore, and all those guys to come on board and help us to bring this together and make it what it we set out to be. These guys have been playing for a very long time, so they're not no rookies. They're all experienced players, so we're expecting good competition from everybody.
Grand Bahama Customs Team Captain Jamal Green and Nassau Mobile Police Officer France Antoine says let the trash talking begin.
For me, this is passion right there. You know, I grew up playing ball. It's good to see some of my fellow co-workers come out and play ball with me. You know, something that I'm passionate about. It's good that we could have the police come down from out of Nassau. You know, it builds relationships through interdepartment. I just wish more teams from Freeport were able to participate, more departments at least.
We had a total of 10 persons that made the trip. Unfortunately, the others couldn't make it, but we had 10 persons so far. But the police is going to win.
Well, that prediction came true. When the dust had settled, the Nassau police had Freeport Customs on lock with a 10-9 and 10-4 defeat in the best-of-3 game sweep. Joan Davis Rowe, 7S Told Sports.
And they got some slow pitch softball makeup games tonight at the sports complex. And if you want to go inside, go to the YMCA gym. They got commercial basketball leagues as well. So lots of sports tonight. Get busy out there. That's it.